Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here. Oh my god. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we need to continue discussing the technical landscape on Bitcoin because, as we've talked about in previous videos, Bitcoin has seen 7 green weekly candlesticks in a row. As you can see right here, Bitcoin has been in a rally for nearly 2 months, and now that our weekly candlestick is opening, so far anyway, it is red. You will notice that it's sitting right here on top of the 50 weekly simple moving average, but we don't know if that's going to last as the candle did just open. In this video, Bitcoin has set some lower highs on the daily chart, and we're also starting to see a bit of the momentum tail off in this rally, and I really want to readdress the question, is Bitcoin coming to a top right here just below $9,000? In this video, we're going to be addressing the bearish arguments in play right now and coming to a conclusion about where Bitcoin should be heading over the next couple of days. Guys, you're going to get a whole lot of value out of this video, so I do encourage you to continue watching until the end. I've got a treat for you at the end as well. Before we dive on into it, guys, I do first want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy because the May the 4th sale is running. You can see that coupon code right over there. May the 4th be with you, by the way. As I've been talking about, guys, we have been doing a massive update to CT2A, and in today's video, I am happy to announce that our video on mass psychology will be going up, and it will be uploaded by the time this video goes out. So for any of you guys in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, feel free to check out that video. It is new. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, in this video, I'm going to be a little bit contradictory of what many of the other people in the cryptocurrency space have been discussing. I'm here to show you the bearish argument. And by the way, before we get started, I know there's a very good argument for the bulls right now. We've talked about that in many previous videos. So if this is the first video you've seen from me in the last week or so, I do definitely see a long-term bullish case. However, there is a good potential for short-term correction and consolidation, and that's what we're going to be discussing in this video. What is the bearish argument? Because it's not the one that you've been hearing lately from hardly anyone. As I said in the intro, over the last 7 weeks, Bitcoin has been putting in green candlesticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bitcoin bounced from the 200 weekly simple moving average, which, by the way, that's only the 3rd time in history that has ever happened. And every time it's happened before, it has triggered a bull market, as we could see right there and right there. So yes, I am still very bullish on Bitcoin in the long term. So what that means, guys, is that we have seen 7 green in a row, which is the most consecutive bullish candlesticks that we've seen in over 2.5 years. But with all of that said, that's not necessarily a bullish thing for the short term, because normally the more green candlesticks you have in a row, the more likely it is that you're about to have a red one to follow. And so far anyway, our weekly candlestick is currently red. Now, yes, I understand this candlestick is 12 hours old at the time of recording this video. The color right now has no real significance on what it's going to end up looking like, but I would also like to draw your attention to some things out here on the weekly chart. One, I want to point out the long term is bullish for many reasons. One of them is that the weekly RSI still has a long way to run before we hit 70, so there's plenty of room for the continued rally. The MACD is bullish out here on the weekly chart, but if we look down on the daily chart, and specifically the shorter term time frames, because we're talking about a shorter term correction followed by a longer term rally, we have seen 2 days of convergence on the MACD lines down here on our oscillator. We see that the RSI has been sitting up here at 70 for over a week now. And also, if you just do some very, very basic candlestick analysis, we see a kind of dragonfly bearish doji sitting up here. And then we also see 2 green and then 2 red. This almost looks like a rounded top formation. As far as Heikin-Ashi is concerned, guys, this is a really big deal. We've actually seen our first red Heikin-Ashi candlestick in about 2 weeks. And that is definitely indicative of a coming downtrend. Zooming into the hourly chart, then we can see what I was talking about in the title and the beginning of this video. Bitcoin set a high up here around $9,300. Then recently we set one around $9,100. And ever since then, we've been setting consecutive lower highs. We have 4 lower highs in a row right now. And Bitcoin is now also setting lower lows. What this looks like to me is that Bitcoin had a blow off top, traded sideways for 3 or 4 days. The bulls lost their momentum, and now the bears are coming in with a slow grind to the downside, which is what we called for the other day. Now, I did say that I didn't think Bitcoin would trade sideways. I want to be fully upfront and honest. I mean, I'm not saying that I've got it perfect, but I did say that Bitcoin needed consolidation and correction, and I did call for Bitcoin not rallying any higher than $9,400 just yet, and that's what's happening. All of the technicals lined up, guys. It really wasn't that hard of a call if you understand technical analysis. The thing that really interests me, though, is how big is this correction that it seems like we're starting right now going to be? Have we already had all that we're going to have? And how does this all play into the halving? Because, guys, when I made that prediction, it was right over here, and I said that I predicted that Bitcoin would pull back between $200 and $1,000 over the next 2 to 7 days. Well, we did pull back $300 over the course of 3 days, so technically we fell into that range. And to be honest with you guys, with how far we traded sideways, that kind of makes up for some of our trading to the downside, because consolidation can happen down or sideways. It just is less efficient when you're trading sideways. It's actually more bullish for the long term when you do, because you create a flag and a bull flag that can cause a rally, but it does take longer. With that said, is this correction all we're going to get? Is this the rally that's about to start again? What's going on here? Well, you have to remember that in about a week, we're going to be seeing the Bitcoin block reward halving happen. We're going to see the block reward drop from 12.5 Bitcoin to 6.25 Bitcoin as the block reward is cut in half by the Bitcoin algorithm. Have we already seen a hype cycle rally us for the halving, or is that yet to come? We have 7 days until the halving. Are we going to see 2 days of correction, 5 days of rally until the halving? Are we going to see a massive correction, and then when the halving happens, we're going to rally very quickly? Are we going to see us rally until the halving and then a massive crash happen following it? I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but I can tell you this. Many times what you see happen with a halving, we saw this on Litecoin, we've seen this on the previous halvings with Bitcoin, we see Bitcoin have a rally, or Litecoin have a rally moving up to the halving, and after it, it falls. I just deleted 3 years of charting. Oh no! Guys, the last halving event on Litecoin, for example, happened right here. We saw like 6 months of rally moving up into the halving. It happened, and boom, we've been in a downtrend for the last year ever since then. I'm not saying the same thing's going to happen on Bitcoin, but there is historical precedent in other altcoins and in the Bitcoin market for there to be a rally moving into the halving and then a correction to follow. So considering it's somewhat difficult to figure out exactly what Bitcoin is going to do right now, I'm going to lay out a few scenarios, and I want you to go and analyze them for yourself. First of all, there is a scenario in my mind where Bitcoin pulls back to the 200 daily simple moving average right here, and around the halving, then we bounce. We'll call this scenario number 1. Scenario number 2 is that we rally all the way up until the halving in about the 12th, and then following the halving, we crash. And then the other scenario is that we more or less just trade sideways with some minor fluctuations until the halving, and then we either crash or rally. And to be honest, those 3 scenarios, they really kind of encompass everything that Bitcoin can do, so it's not very useful, is it? So let's try and boil that down. First of all, would it make sense for Bitcoin to have a rally into the halving and then crash following the halving? Yes, actually it would make technical sense based on the chart history. So there's actually a lot of credence to the idea that Bitcoin could rally for the next 7 days and following the halving and have a correction. So what about another one of our scenarios? Bitcoin corrects down to around the 200 daily simple moving average, and when the halving comes, then we have a rally. I don't really think that's going to be the most likely scenario, because if you see a correction, you probably wouldn't see a bounce around the halving, because post-halving is normally a little bit of a bearish time. That one doesn't make much sense to me. To be honest, without what I'm about to say, which I am about to make a point, the sideways trading makes kind of the most sense to me because Bitcoin has lost a lot of its momentum lately, and I'd be kind of concerned of Bitcoin doing exactly what we saw happen a few months ago, where we have this massive rally like we did right here, and then just kind of traded sideways and down and fell off a cliff. When you have all these different scenarios and the technical analysis isn't very clear because there's conflicting analysis, what you need to do is you need to look at something that is in the video that we're uploading today for CT2A, actually. You need to look at the mass psychology of the market. In the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, it is this video right here, Mass Psychology. This video, like I said, is being updated today. When that video goes out, everyone in CT2A will have access to it. In that video, we talk about the actual psychology of the masses, of the traders, of the investors in the market. Are they all feeling bullish? Are they all feeling bearish? Are they all feeling neutral? Are the bulls weaker than the bears? Are the bears stronger than the bulls? Which one is it? When technical analysis is failing you, because technical analysis is not flawless, what you need to do is you need to peel back the technical analysis and look at the traders and the investors. The point of technical analysis is to get an understanding of what the traders and the investors are doing. So if you can't get a good understanding of the market from the technical analysis, you need to go straight to the source. What are the traders and what are the investors feeling? I will tell you what I've seen on that because I have my finger on the pulse of the cryptocurrency market, being a cryptocurrency influencer. The majority of the market seems to be very bullish right now, albeit the chart isn't necessarily reflecting that in the last few days. The sentiment, the market sentiment, also another video on the course, seems to be very, very bullish. But all of the traders aren't necessarily following through on that. We're not seeing a lot of volume on that. We're seeing some hype, which is good, and that can build, and that can be a very, very good thing and a foundation for a bull market. But we're not really seeing a lot of trading based off of that. However, one thing I will point out is on Social Blade, actually. I know I've never shown this on YouTube, but this is a way that you can go and you can look at the statistics of different YouTube channels. You can see subscriber growth over the last 30 days, video views over the last 30 days, a change, which is what we're about to talk about, and you can look at it for different YouTube channels. For instance, I have myself, Carl, and Nick Merton up here for right now. Notice the subscriber growth figures. We've gotten 1,700 subscribers in the last 30 days, and that's actually more like 2,000. This hasn't updated for yesterday where we got like 250 subscribers. Our subscriber growth is up 240% from last month. This is actually one of the highest subscriber months that we've had in a very long time. Our previous local high was just a little bit below the all-time high of 3,000. It was 1,600 subscribers in December. We've gotten more subscribers this month than we have throughout the course of the last 9 or 10 months on Bitcoin. Let me point something out there, by the way. I think we can all agree that the video quality that we upload now is far superior to what we were doing in May of last year. But take note for a second of where Bitcoin was in May of last year. This is where we got 3,000 subscribers in a month. We're getting over 2,000 in the last 30 days, and that's showing that there's more interest in the space because the videos have only gotten better, the subscriber growth went down, but now it's coming back in a big way. Let's look at Carl's channel. Carl's subscriber growth is going through the moon. He's got 8,200 subscribers in the last 30 days, up 74%. His video quality hasn't changed a whole lot. He's been very consistent in the kind of videos he uploads, and his subscriber growth, despite not really making a lot of changes, is up 74%. His views over the last 30 days are up 35.5%, up to 1.5 million, which is crazy for the crypto space. Good on you, Carl. Nick Merton, who has not really done a whole lot with his channel other than just kind of making updates over the last 2 or 3 years. He really blew up in 2017. Ever since then, he hasn't been doing a whole lot with his channel. His subscriber growth is up 33%. You can see how his subscriber growth fell off a cliff, but it's actually coming back right now. What's the point of me showing you all that? Well, I think looking at the cryptocurrency space and the YouTubers in the space is actually a pretty good way of gauging the interest in the space. And to be honest with you, my videos are getting significantly more views. Carl's videos are getting significantly more views. Everybody's videos are getting significantly more views. And what that means, if everybody is getting more views, one, it might have something to do with everybody being stuck at home with quarantine, but I think it speaks to more interest coming back into the space and more people entering the space that had left. Maybe a lot of the people that had left over the last 2 years have come back and they've rejoined the space because they saw Bitcoin test the 200 daily simple moving average. They saw what happened last time. There's a halving coming up. It seems to me that we're having a lot more interest come into the space. So will Bitcoin have a correction over the next 7 days before the halving? I don't know. But what I can tell you is that the space is looking very bullish, and even if we have a correction now or following the halving, I think we're going to bounce back, and I think we're going to bounce back in a big way. Look at Google Trends. We've seen a spike over the last 7 days in interest for the keyword Bitcoin. I brought you the bullish argument in this video. I brought you the bearish argument in this video. I've shown you bullish and bearish technicals. It is now your turn to decide for yourself which direction you think the market is going and which camp you're going to be in. Which faction are you going to join? The bulls or the bears? Are you going short or are you going long? I will never tell you which to do. People ask me all the time, Jeb, should I go short or long? And I say, that ain't my decision, my friend. But I am curious what you say. So tell me in a poll in the top right, are you bullish or bearish for the next 7 days? I really would like to know. Before we go, though, guys, I do just want to quickly mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. As you guys know, CT2A is what allows this channel to be possible, and all of the expansion and growth that we're going to be doing this year. We have a lot of big plans working on in the background. They're all getting solidified now. It's going to be great. CT2A is what allows all of that to happen, and if you guys are interested in learning about technical analysis during this time for the bull run that I think we're going to see this year in 2020, I encourage you, do one thing for me. Invest in your education. I implore you. The greatest investment you will ever make is one in yourself. I've said that for years now. Look, if you're making trades and you're making $20 a trade, $20 a trade, $20 a trade, $20 a trade, every day you make $20. You are increasing the amount of money that you have in a linear fashion. But if you instead spend all of that time making $20, if you instead spend that time learning the market, the amount of money you're making is going to go exponential and parabolic, and it's going to massively jump up, especially off in the future when you have all of this knowledge about cryptocurrency, technical analysis, markets, global economies, etc. Technical analysis is the language of traders, it is the language of investors, it is the language of charts, and it is the language of Bitcoin. Technically, it's not the language of Bitcoin. The language of Bitcoin would be a coding language, but you know what I mean. If you want to speak the language of cryptocurrency so you can actually profit in cryptocurrency, you need to understand technical analysis. It is always a good idea to invest in yourself before you invest in anything else because it will bring you the highest returns more so than Bitcoin, Litecoin, oil, gold, ETFs, stock market, real estate, anything, business, anything. it is always a better idea to invest in yourself first and then invest in the rest of those things. I'm not saying go become a monk in the Himalayas, but I am saying to make sure you're working on your mind. And especially now that we're all cooped up at home, it's a perfect time to do so. I heavily encourage you. Join us with the May the 4th coupon code with the link in the description down below and start your journey of learning technical analysis. CT2A has been around for over 2 years now. It is having a massive update to it right now. There's nearly 1,500 students in the academy, and they are loving every minute of it. If you'd like to talk to some of them, you can join our Discord server down below and do so. Guys, I'm gonna be real with you. CT2A is a great resource. It really will help you. This is not me. This is not even me being salesy or anything. I'm just being serious. It is going to help you. I've had that confirmed to me through all of our students. They all say how great it is. You can go back on the comment section of the last 2 or 3 videos that we've been talking about the course, and people will tell you that down there. We've had a lot of people commenting about CT2A lately. If for some reason you don't like the course, you can shoot us an email and you get a 14-day money-back refund guarantee. And yes, we do accept Bitcoin payments. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. I hope you did enjoy today's video, and as always, if you did, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. But for now, though, guys, like I said, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do first just want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.